Bologna does not have to be regarded as poor man's food today. We're making it a delicacy. Today we're making smoked bologna. Growing up as a kid, I would eat some bologna with some mustard on some bread, just eat it all up. What can I say? Humble beginnings. Part of me never wanted to ever look or touch or smell or even think about bologna ever again. But then I got the little evil angel on my shoulder that said, hey, what if you smoked it? And when an evil little angel appears on your shoulder and tells you to smoke something, you just do it. So we're taking a chub of bologna, covering it in my favorite spices, and then smoking it on my Pit Boss Austin XL. The end result is honestly surprising. Are you guys ready? Let's get to smoking. So the first step in today's video is to score our chub. So we're gonna start by scoring our chub about 1/4 inch all the way through. There's no real method of madness. You're just gonna kind of take this and make your score all the way down. It's gonna be like almost impossible to see. It's so weird. So you wanna keep making these little slits all the way down until you've kind of got the whole thing cut up, and you're gonna have to try to find where you made your first cut. That might be a little bit difficult, but I think we could see it coming up here. We're almost there. We'll make one more cut, and I think that's good. So this right here is actually scored. You could barely tell, but you kind of stick your finger in here, you know, you can actually see where it starts to separate. So now we have some yellow mustard. We're gonna go ahead and get a binder on our meat. So we're just gonna take and drizzle some mustard on here. So now we're gonna take and we just kind of want to spread this around. We don't want too much to be in one spot. We kind of want to get this spread around nice and evenly. And as you guys can see, this mustard on here is almost going to be good for the whole entire thing. Looks like we will need just a tad bit more though. And my wife is gonna help me because my hands are covered completely in mustard. So this is her first time in the video. And I know that shot was probably a little shaky, but hey, we had to make do. So now we get this all slathered up all the way around. Make sure we get our sides too. And now this is exactly how we want it. So this is our first seasoning, Malcolm's brisket rub. I decided that I wanted to use this rub today because I really wanted to get a nice pop of flavor on the outside of this meat. And I'm not gonna sprinkle this on super thick and heavy today. Just want to kind of get a nice little base coat on here. This is going to help to give us a nice crust, a nice bark, because it has some of that thick pepper in there, some of those thick chunks of salt. And overall, I think this just has a really great and good flavor. Oh yeah, look at that. And for our sides, I'm just gonna kind of be sprinkling seasoning onto my hand and just patting it on there because I don't want to mess around and pick it up. And same thing for this side, just kind of sprinkle some seasoning down onto your hand and just get it patted on. And that's how we're gonna season up our side. For our second layer of seasoning, we're using Sweet Preacher. This Sweet Preacher paired with our brisket rub, I think is gonna have the perfect combination of that heavy salt and pepper flavor mixed in with that traditional barbecue flavor. I think this is gonna make it be absolutely amazing. And again, I don't want this to be super, super heavy on here. I want this to be kind of nice and thin, so I'm doing my best to kind of make sure that happens. And I'm thinking that we're pretty close to done right here. This is starting to look really nice and good. I'll pop up this spot. And now I'm gonna try and pop this end real good over here. Now I'm gonna come back on this side, kind of pop that edge up a little bit. Now this is what your finished product should look like. Look at how good this is. So now that our chub is all seasoned up and ready to get onto the smoke, we're gonna go outside and fire up the smoker. I really want to get some good smoke into this meat, and I want the outside to form a nice crust, kind of almost like a brisket. So I wanna smoke this low and slow today. We're gonna go outside to the Pit Boss Austin XL and get some competition blend pellets dumped into our hopper. Then we're gonna fire up the smoker to 200 degrees. We're gonna let all that dirty smoke come out when you first start up a Pit Boss. Then once all that dirty smoke is cleaned out, we're gonna get our lid shut down and we're gonna let it come up to the right temperature. Once our smoker is fully preheated at 200 degrees, we're gonna go ahead and throw this chub of meat on there, and we're just gonna let it hang out in the smoke for, I don't know, maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 5 hours, just whenever I think it looks good. This thing's already fully cooked. You could slice it up and eat it how it is. So we just wanna get some good smoke in here, form a nice crust on the outside. So let's get outside and get it on the smoker. So go ahead and open up your smoker. Then we are just gonna place this chub right here. No particular way, no rhyme or reason. You just wanna get it on and get it shut down. All right, you guys, so we are now at the 2 hour mark. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. Here we go. Here's the first shot, and wow, look at this. This is exactly what we want. So as you guys see here, we have these starting to split open. This is gonna allow the smoke to penetrate and absorb through these cracks. And this is starting to get a nice hard crust on there. So we're just gonna let it shut down and keep doing its thing. All right, guys, we are now 4 hours in. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and see if it's time to take it off. We have a nice crust, a nice little outside on here. And as you guys can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but this is still obviously split open. I can tell it's absorbed a lot of smoke just by the color right here. Let's go ahead and take this off, chop it up, get it inside, and take a bite. All right, you guys, so we are back inside now. I had this big, beautiful log sitting right in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead and chop it open, and we'll try a slice. But before we do, I just wanna do a very quick recap of what it was that I did today. So we started out by getting this out of the package. Then I slathered it in some mustard, put down some brisket seasoning on there. Then I threw on some barbecue seasoning on top of that. Then we threw this bad boy on there for 4 hours in the smoke. Now we are inside and it's time to cut it up. So let's eat it. All right, let's go ahead and slice right through this bologna and see how we did. As you guys could see, this is what our inside looks like. So as you guys could see, this looks like bologna. It's nothing special. It's a really, really cheap piece of meat, and we just went ahead and smoked it and chopped it up. So let's try a slice. We're gonna go ahead, just gonna slice it up. Look at that. All right, guys, this thing is piping hot. It's fresh off the smoker. It feels like a weird sponge. Bologna is so weird, but it's so cheap. I know this is a lot of people's like childhood favorites, childhood memories. Most people would fry this on a pan, put it on a piece of bread, maybe just put some mayonnaise on there with some cheese. I'm gonna get this little section right here. It has some seasoning in it, some smoke. And that's not bad. So, tastes like bologna. Just bologna. And then, you get a little hint of that smoke. And then you get a little hint of some of that crunchiness on the outside, some of that salt, some of that pepper from our brisket rub. And there's a little bit of that back end heat from the barbecue rub that I use, the Sweet Preacher. All in all, it's just a weird piece of meat. But hey, if you wanted to make this and do a bunch of sandwiches, this will probably make you like 15, 20 sandwiches for only $6. And when it comes to barbecue, sometimes it is nice to have that budget-friendly option. And the fact of how easy this is, and the fact that you don't even have to keep an eye on it, I just threw it on the smoker. No probe, no temperature taken. Just take it off whenever you want. It is already cooked and like good to eat. At least I hope it is, and I'm not telling you the wrong facts or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's good to eat. You just slice it and eat it. And so this is all the time that I have for in today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe. If you did, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be putting out a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. So with all that being said, hope you guys have a great day, night, or whatever time it is when you find this video. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video.